Hi, good morning. Now we can discuss about each and every phylum. First, we can go for the invertebrate phyla. I already said what is invertebrates. If organisms there is no vertebral column, that is indicates backbone. If there is no backbone, the type of vertebrates is known as what? Invertebrates. Now invertebrates phylas, the first phylum is the Porifera, the second phylum is the Cnidaria, the third phylum is the Ctenophora. I can go for each and every phylum is comparison. You can compulsory study the phylums as a comparison manner. You can easily understand. Okay. Now I already said for you the basic unit of classification is what? Species. The group of species is known as a genus. The group of genus is known as a family. The group of family is known as a order. The group of order is known as a class. The group of class is known as a phylums. The group of phylums is known as a kingdom. Now in kingdom Animalia, the first phylum is the Porifera. Below the phylums they having a classes. Now we can discuss about each and every phylus. Now see here. One side you have compulsory you have to write like this only. One side you have to write the characters. Another side for each page compulsory you have to keep three phylums. Now for the first phylum is the Porifera, the second phylum is the Cnidaria, is also known as a Coelenterata, and the third phylum is the Ctenophora. Now first, why it is called as a Porifera? Porifera means totally the organism they having a pores. Pores indicates holes. That's why the totally the body having a pore bearing one. That's why this phylum is called as a Porifera. The term Porifera was coined by a scientist name is Robert Grant, coined the term Porifera. Now we can go for the characteristics. See, the first character is the habitat, where the organism is living. That is indicates the habitat. The second one is the symmetry, I already said. The third one is the layers. The next one is the level of organization. The next one is coelom. The next one is the locomotion. The next one is CS means circulator system. This is DS digestive system. NS nervous system. Excretory system. Respiratory system. Reproduction. Skeletal system, extra features and classes. Okay, these are the characteristics for each and every phylums. Keep in mind, blindly you can go. See, first we can go for the Porifera, the habitat, where the organisms is living. The first statement, Porifera is mostly what type of habitat? Marine water, that is in salt water. That's why mostly it will present in the seas and oceans. Some exceptions is there. Suppose last, this is the suffix. Last you can get IDAE means it is indicates a family. That's why Potamolopidae, Spongilidae families. The best example is the sponges. The habitat is what type of habitat? Freshwater habitat. That's why mostly Porifera organisms they are the marines, but some families is there, that is the Potamolopidae, Spongilidae families. Best example is the sponges. The habitat is what type of habitat? Freshwater habitat. And then symmetry. I already said Porifera, the mostly symmetry is the asymmetry, and some also they can shows the radial symmetry. Okay, next, layers. That is what nature? They having a two layers, that is called as a diploblastical nature. Keep in mind, in some textbooks, Porifera they not able to give as a diploblastical nature. Why? Because perfect embryonical layers is not formed, but we can consider porifera is also a diploblastical nature. Keep in mind, first three phylums are diploblastical nature, remaining all are triploblastical nature. Keep in mind, first three diploblastical nature, first three phylums is the diploblastical nature, remaining all are triploblastical nature, but some exception is there, keep in mind. Next also same thing, symmetry, first three mostly the symmetry is the radial symmetry, remaining all are bilateral symmetry, some exceptions. First three phylums radial symmetry, and also some exception, remaining all are the bilateral symmetry. First three, how many layers is there? 2 layers, remaining all having a 3 layers. Okay, now level of organization, I already said in porifera what level of organization is there? Cellular level. What I said, cellular level means it is a multicellular only, multicellular, but between the cells there is no coordination. If there is no coordination is not there, means nervous system is absent or present. That's why, see, nervous system is absent. When I keep like this means it indicates nervous system is absent. Okay, now coelom. See, I already said at what time we will discuss about coelom. When organism having a triploblastical nature, but here what nature? Diploblastical nature. That's why here we are not able to discuss about coelom. Here also we are not able to discuss about coelom. Why? Because it is also a diploblastical nature. Here also we are not able to discuss. Why? Because it is also a diploblastical nature. Okay, now, but in question, if they can ask porifera is acoelomates, means yes, porifera is a acoelomates. Keep in mind. Okay, you are not able to discuss. If they can give a statement porifera is a acoelomates, means yes, porifera is a acoelomate nature. The next one, locomotion, how the organisms is moving. They are sessile, they are not moving. It is attached to any substratum or it is float on the water. Keep in mind, sessile means they are not able to move. And the circulatory system is the water canal system. What is water canal system? Here indicates, see, now this one is the a porifera, one of the example, I can name it as a cycon. See, what I said, what is porifera? The organism total, the body having a pores. Okay, suppose totally surrounding a water is there. Now this one is the organism, they having a pores. If pores is there, means compulsory the water is enter into the inside. Is there or not? That's why when water is enter into minute pores, this pores is called as a ostia. That's why now the water is enter into the inside. Now this one totally the body cavity. This body cavity is called as a spongoceole. Okay. Now I already said porifera having how many layers? 2 layers. Outer layer and inner layer. Outer one basically called as a ectoderm. Here ectoderm is also called as a pinacoderm. And inner layer that is called as endoderm. Endoderm is also called as a coenoderm. Between ectoderm and endoderm, they having a statement. They having a gelatinous matrix is present. This gelatinous matrix is called as a mesohyl. Okay. Now, what is said? The inner one is called as a coenoderm. They having a specialized cells. That cells is called as a coenocytes. Okay. That's why in this region they having a coenocytes is present. Now see here, through ostia, the water is enter into inside. When water is enter into the inside, the nutrients, minerals, what is present in the water enter into the body cavity, and some microorganisms is also enter. Now this coenocytes Useful for what? Intracellular digestion. What are the particles is enter into here? Here digestion is takes place. When the digestion is takes place, they can get a final nutrients products. It is absorbed and finally excretory products is formed. Now this excretory products here and above they having a large pore is there. That large pore is called as a osculum. This osculum is in a excretory pore. That's why the water is enter into like this through ostia, and through osculum the excretory material will be go out. How it will be go out? From higher concentration to lower concentration, that excretory material will be go out by the process of diffusion. That's why when water is coming like this and going is like this, and this type of system is known as a water canal system. That's why here the circulatory system is what type of system? Water canal system. And digestion is what type of digestion? Intracellular digestion. Now excretion. That's why here the excretory pore is what? Osculum. Through osculum the excretory waste material will be go out. And respiration. Respiration by what process? Diffusion. Why? Because surrounding water is there. That is what type of water? Oxygen containing water. That's why higher concentration to lower concentration the oxygen is enter into the inside. That process is called as a diffusion. And then how reproduction is takes place? When they having two types of reproduction, asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction by fragmentation. What is fragmentation? Now this one is the organism. This organism is divided into small fragments. Each fragments they can produce a offsprings. This process is called as a fragmentation. Mostly it will be seen in the unfavorable condition. In favorable condition, these organisms they can release a gametes. What is gametes? The reproductive cells is called as a gametes. Through these gametes sexual reproduction is takes place. And then skeletal system. Skeleton means either it is exoskeleton or endoskeleton. See, exoskeleton means outside of the body the protecting layer is called as a exoskeleton. Inside of the body the framework is known as a endoskeleton. Here the skeletal system is made up of either by calcium, either by silicon, either by spongin fibers. This skeletal system is in the form of spicules. In the form of spicules. Spicules means the elevated and the depression parts is known as a spicules. That's why skeletal system is in the form of spicules. It is made up of either by calcium, either by silicon, either by spongin fibers. Based upon skeletal system what they are making, either calcium, silicon and spongin fibers. Based upon these the porifera can be divided into three classes. One is the calcarea, second one is the hexastanellida, third one is the demospongia. When the exoskeleton is made up of calcium, it is under the class of calcarea. When the exoskeleton is made up of silicon, it is under the class of hexastanellida. When it is made up of spongin fibers and also with silicon, it is under the class of demospongia. This is the for calcium, this for silicon, this for the spongin fibers. See, keep in mind for calcarea and hexastanellida, this what are the in this class? What are the organisms is present? It is they live in marine water. This is also they live in marine water. It is also they live in marine water. What is differentiation between calcarea and hexastanellida means these organisms they can live in the shallow water in marine, but it is present in the deeper part of the marine. These organisms either solitary indicates they can live a single or colonial, either grouped one. but hexastanda they can live in a solitary single one. The best example is the calcarea is the cycon, and leucosolonia is an organism name. Simply I can name it as a SL for calcarea. Hexastanda, the best example is the Euplectella. Euplectella is commonly called as a Venus flower basket. You have to remember this common name. That's why Euplectella is commonly called as what? Venus flower basket. And another one is the Demospongia. Most of the organisms they can live in marine water and fresh water. That's why in Porifera, in which class organisms they can live in fresh water? Demospongia organisms they can live in the fresh water. The best example is the Spongilla. Spongilla is called as a freshwater sponge, and another one is the Euspongia. Euspongia is also commonly called as a bath sponge. Basically, as per NCERT pattern, classes this type of extra feature is not present, but I can link it with the both my intermediate state board, and also we can link it with the NCERT. You have to remember this each and every one. It is very important. As per NCERT or as per NEET, the animal kingdom, the weightage is 3 questions, and as per MSET 5 to 7 questions, each and everything you have to remember. Okay, but I will give the comparison. If you understand this phylum, everything is very easy. Okay.